Where are you at with adjusting to new team, new system? How good do you feel with what you're doing?
I mean, the adjustment's gonna be there, but I think they did a great job at it. So obviously the D zone's probably the biggest part, but I think made some big improvement. The staff's been really good with us. So as far as my game, I think try to help the team as much as I can in different situation where it can be face-offs, play on the PK, or try to be hard to play against on the forecheck and hold on to pucks. I think it's in a pretty good spot. Obviously, could be better at the start of the season here. So just gonna try to keep improving.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you so far, Nick?
A little bit, like I said, I think the D zone, the D zone's a little bit different. Came from more. I guess I'm not gonna get into details, but just I'd say it's probably the biggest part, like D zone difference adjustment.
You're also playing your ice time's down a bit. Like, is that an adjustment? What's that like?
Different role. I mean, try to play against the top lines over there, be reliable defensively. But that's always what I've liked, is I can play in different situations. So if my name gets called up to play in a more offensive situation, then I'll be ready. If it's the type of game I can help the team with, then I'll be ready to do that and try to do it as good as I can. So yeah, I like to play in every situation.
What has stood out most to you about Chris Tanev now that you've gotten to know him a little bit, and how big of a loss will he be if he can't come up?
Yeah, obviously big leader in this room. Played against him quite a few in Dallas there, and he does it all on the ice. Like, he blocks shots, obviously one of the best PKer there on the D, but he makes plays. Like, that first pass he's really good at. Good skater, tough to play against also in the defensive zone. So really big part of this group.
7 games in, like, you're kind of a veteran in the league. What should be the sense of urgency around a team at this time of year?
Yeah, this time I don't think there should be any panic or anything like that. I think we're just trying to find our game. It's early in the season. Just try to improve game after game. I think we've had good stretch. I think you look at every game, I think it's just like a 10 minutes, and seems like mostly the second period so far that we lose our game. They get some odd man rushes, and in this league that can happen because every team can make you play. So gotta play a better 60-minute effort for sure.
In your experience, how long does it usually take for a team to find its groove? Like, you mentioned early season. Like, how long until you feel like you're usually in a rhythm?
It's honestly it's different every year. I just saw it goes. Like, it's a long season. Sometimes the team will start hot and then face adversity in, I don't know, like November, December. Other teams are different, start a little tougher, and then they find their groove. Every team's going through it every year. There's always a 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there that it's a little bit tougher for some reasons. But yeah, it's a long season, so we're just gonna go back to it again.
What do you think second periods have been so difficult for you guys?
Obviously, the changes are part of it. You got to be careful with the change there. I think turnover is a big part of it. I think you look at a team like New Jersey, like Hughes. If you make a turnover there, he's going to make you play on the rush there. So got to be careful with turnover changes. I think it's the biggest part.
We talk a lot about Greg's system at this point. As somebody that's new coming in playing for Greg, how easy is it to pick up and implement?
I mean, it takes a couple of games to make sure it's you don't have to think about it. It's like it happens right away. But obviously in preseason, the coaching staff did a really good job at us, knowing what the assignments are. But like I said, it always takes a little bit of time to know exactly where to go and not overthink it, because on the ice you just want to act, you want to go fast and you don't want to be in your mind thinking about system and everything. So.
I think as a group we did some good things for sure. It's all we can work on, and I think when you play against a team like New Jersey that's got so much talent, so much speed, and they're so good transitionally, it's to be super cautious with the puck and make the right plays. And obviously if you don't, then they make you pay. So that was kind of the story of last night. And yeah, you got to tip your cap to them, but we can certainly do better.
They have a lot of non-playoff teams coming up on the schedule. Like teams didn't make it last year. How important is it, do you feel, to rack up some points right now?
Yeah, it's totally irrelevant. Every team is hard to beat in this league, and anyone can beat anyone on any given night, and that's the approach you got to have. So we'll just not look too far ahead here. Take it game by game.
When you're out there with Austin and Matthew, what's the key to generating more offensive time?
Yeah, I think probably just staying a little bit tighter. Obviously, when you have two guys on, whoever the two are on the puck, you're trying to win those battles, and then that third guy just got to stay a little bit tighter. So there's a couple instances there where you maybe even like half a foot off, and then that's the difference between keeping the puck in versus tracking back the other way. It's such a small detail, but it goes a long way to having that sustained pressure in zone. So certainly something we can focus on.
You're a veteran in the league, like 7 games in. What's the sense of urgency, or what should be the sense of urgency at this moment for this team?
Yeah, every game is every single day really gets harder and harder as the season goes on. So that's not going to change. We're just going to keep working away, keep chipping away. I mean, sometimes teams go through little lulls here and there, and obviously we're hitting that a little earlier on in the year, and got to work through it. It's a great test for our group, and hitting adversity early on. We see some guys that are new here, and got to find a way to all of us gel together and make it work. So we're looking forward to the challenge here.
You've been a new guy a bunch of times. Like how long do you find it takes to find the time to get in a rhythm with a new team?
I think it's different for everyone. Obviously, it's not easy, right? You're coming in, new coach, new system, new teammates, new line mates, all the above, new city. So there's a lot that goes into it, but it's part of being a pro in the NHL, right? So I think what makes those transitions easier is just the guys that have already been here, and then the locker room that you have. And I think we've got a great group of guys that have been here for a while that make it easy on those guys. So just got to keep chipping away. Like I said, and we'll be fine.
Tanev is such a warrior. He rarely stays down. Like, kind of what goes through your mind when he gets hurt last night?
Yeah, not to lie. I'm not going to lie with you. It's always, when he stays down, it's definitely scary because I've never played with a guy as tough as Chris Tanev. So it's not a good feeling as a group when you see a guy like that go down, but he seems to be doing well, and tough as nails, huge part of our team, so hopefully he's doing all right.
What does he mean? How would you sum it up when he makes this group?
Man, it's such a loaded question, but you see what he does on the PK. He's a guy that leads by example. The way he plays is how you want everyone to play, right? So he'll drag guys into the war with him without even having to say a word, just by going out and playing a shift. So he's a huge part of our group, and we're very lucky to have him.
You and Easton, the last two guys on the ice there. What do you like about kind of hanging out with him?
He's the best. We have fun together. We always joke around, and he loves the game, loves the rink, loves hanging out with the boys. And I've said this from day one. He's going to be a heck of a player for a long, long time in this league, and such a good kid.
One more for you, for me. Alejandro Kirk was the jersey you wore last year.
Yeah.
What do you like about him?
To be honest, I actually got the jersey. Someone gave it to me the day before, so it worked out. But no, he's hitting bombs. But I like them all. So if someone were to ask me like who your favorite player in the Jays is, I couldn't tell you. There's probably 6 or 7 of them.
I mean, when you're up there, it looks like there's so much time and space, but obviously there's not a lot. So you just watch the game, see how different players play the game. New Jersey had a bunch of good players, and obviously Toronto does too. So just try to learn and keep getting better each and every day.
Are you watching the other wingers specifically, or just the forwards in general, or like who do you kind of zone in on?
Yeah, like last night I watched a lot of like Mercer, Bratt, and then obviously Hughes. 3 good players, and then Toronto. I'm watching everyone. Just everyone how they pick up the pucks off the wall, where they play some stuff like that. Just more knowledge on the game.
What stands out most to you about Jack?
I mean, obviously his speed, his feet are so good, like how he skates, and he just the play goes through him, and he controls the game. So he's definitely a good player.
When you play with Austin and Nyes, what's the key to generating offensive zone time?
Yeah, I think just winning puck battles, putting the puck in good spots, and getting into those 2 guys and just going to the net. I feel like when we get it in deep and go low to high with net traffic, that's when we're at our best, and we're looking to do that.
Austin has got a pretty high hockey IQ, obviously. What's it like talking to him during games on the bench? What's that like for you?
Yeah, he's very calm, so it helps me stay calm, and just all positive from him. Very good leader, and you learn a lot from him.
What do you learn hanging out with Max Domi? Saw you guys last two on the ice at practice today, optional practice.
Yeah, learned a lot from him. Just how he shoots the puck, how he handles it, and obviously he's got some good sauce, and that's something I want to work on because it's not easy making plays in this league. You got to sauce a lot of pucks, so just learning from him has been huge for me.
Well, what do you notice about the way he delivers the puck?
Yeah, he's very deceptive. I mean, his blade's not too open when he sauces them. It's more closed, and then it's a little flick in the wrist, I guess. But yeah, I learned a lot from him, and everyone on the team has helped me out a lot.
Did you share any London stories? Sorry, with him.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Okay.
Just obviously a great guy. He's been around the league for a long time. Won some championships in London there too. So he's a good player for sure.
Did you know him before because through the London connection, or did you just meet him after you got drafted?
I just met him at my first training camp. Yeah.
He was just saying, like, Tanev's such a tough guy, and it was hard to see him go down. Like, what are you thinking when you see him go down last night?
Yeah, obviously it's unfortunate. You never want anyone to get hurt, so just hoping he's okay. And obviously you never want to see anyone get hurt.
How's Tanev doing?
Yeah, right now, he's doing better today, but he's questionable right now.
How do you describe what he means to the team? How difficult that goal is if he misses time?
Yeah, it's a hole. Obviously we all know what he does for the team and what he brings, but that's part of the game. You deal with it, and everybody has to step up.
Feels like the team is kind of stumbling its toe kind of lately. Is a little bit of adversity a good thing in the long run?
Well, it can be. We all been through these situations before, and it's just a matter of working on fixing them and getting the right mindset for me. It's all mental for me more than anything. I think, we just got to put 60 minutes together. We got to play to our identity for 60 minutes and understand what we need to do to be successful. Sometimes you've got, it's just got to keep banging away at it and keep working at it. But, sometimes early adversity is okay. I mean, it's all part of it. You go through it throughout the year at times, and we're going through it right now.
Why did you decide to make today an optional?
Well, we got back-to-back games coming up. It'll be an early game Saturday here, so I just felt we'd get more out of meeting and talking with guys and team meeting, and guys can do what they feel is needed to do today. And there's guys banged up. We have to keep off the ice anyhow, so it wouldn't have been a full practice anyhow. So we'll get a full skate in tomorrow, and then we got back-to-back games.
In light of that adversity, you look at the schedule. You got a bunch of teams coming up that didn't make the playoffs last year. Do you look at this stretch as an opportunity to maybe stack some points?
Well, I never look at where a team was at last year and where they're at. It's different this year, right? And also, in saying that, I don't ever look at an opponent, whether they made the playoffs last year or not, as somebody we could take advantage of. Like, it's a hard league. Every team is good, and you got to be prepared to battle and play the right way against any opponent. Buffalo's got a lot of talent. Buffalo's a good team right now, in my opinion. Like, they're starting to come. They're doing some good things. So I don't look at it that way. I focus on our team, what we need to do. We got to worry about what we're doing.
Where's Joe Wall at? It kind of feels like we might never see him again. Where it's kind of going.
Yeah, I don't really have an update for you right now on Joel. I mean, he's doing fine. Like I said, when he's back, he's back.
Is he skating? Is he on the ice? Wherever it is?
When he's back, he's back. That's all I got.
Do you communicate with him or directly?
Do I communicate with him? No, not right now. I don't.
Taking into account there are changes in personnel and all that sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
it is still a veteran group. So is it surprised you to an extent that there is this mental, block, whatever you might call it, or issue at this point?
I don't know if I'm surprised. Whether they're a veteran group or not, it's just finding chemistry. I think some of our new guys coming in, finding some chemistry where they fit, and and trying to, you know, prove themselves almost a little bit, you know, and then, you know, our whole team in general, in my opinion, is shooting themselves in the foot at different times in the game where there's no need to do that. Like, we didn't do that stuff last year. Like, if we lost the game, well, you know, we didn't shoot ourselves in the foot. We just got beat. Maybe it was a better team that night. Maybe they just, a couple bounces went their way. But it seems like we're almost playing 50-50 hockey out there. And we don't want to do that. Like, we want to play to our identity. We want to be a solid team, a checking, tight team defensively. Like I talked about, if you want to give teams odd man rushes in this league, they'll make you pay for it eventually. You know, especially like Jersey's got tons of skill. Buffalo's got skill. So that's the area for me that is hurting our team.
Regardless,
And then, you know, and you got to clean that up. And if we clean it up, we're going to give ourselves such a better opportunity to be successful.
How have you felt, Craig, about the teams playing in the neutral zone? We talk about kind of 50-50 in between hockey. Are you seeing enough? Like,
well,
dumping with purpose to
no,
get it deep?
not enough, and we've talked about that. And yes, we do it for a while, but then it goes away. And you know, so it's got to be consistent all the time. It's got to be your first thought, and if it's not your first thought, it's too late. That's how quick the league is. You know, it's got to be our first thought, and we got to get that back.
regardless of who's on the right side of them, what can Austin and Nyes do to generate more of that offensive zone time you were talking about yesterday?
Yeah. Well, for me, it's when you want to create offensive zone time, you got to put pucks in with a purpose. You got to go and get it, and you got to be physical, and you got to be heavy on your sticks and things like that. You got to win those battles to get those pucks back, and they just got to do a better job of it. That's really the bottom line.
How close is Scott Lawton? Do you have a
I think
timeline on?
he's I think he'll probably be on the ice tomorrow, maybe. So I think it might be his first day on the ice tomorrow. So I think he's trending really well. He's doing really well in that department. I expect him get on the ice here, see how he feels. Things going well. Hopefully he's back on the ice with us shortly.
You've gone to Nylander with Matthews and Nyes throughout the last, I guess, 5 or so games at points during the game. Is that a trio that you'd ever stick with full time?
It could be. I mean, there's obviously I always want a little balance, but it's definitely something that I'm thinking about.